Hello friends, welcome back. This is Amit from Magnet, and today we are going to create this awesome container city scene inside Element 3D. So first take a look what we are going to create today. And if you are new to this channel, I recommend you to check my videos, and if you find those videos useful, please do subscribe this channel and turn the notification on. And here is the name for those people who has already joined me as a member. So if you really want to support me, you can also join me as a member. So let's get started. Okay, so first we create a new composition for our scene. So go to the composition, create a new composition, and everything look nice, and just hit OK. And then we create a new solid for our element layer. So we just name this as element and just hit OK. So now we come over this effect and presets and search for video copilot and just select this element effect. Just double click on this and element effect is applied on our layer. Okay, so I'm going to use some assets that I downloaded from the sketchfab and which is absolutely free, and also get some assets from the Quixel Megascan which is also free. So you can download all the assets from the description down below, and you can also get the project file from the description down below. So first we go to the scene setup here. Okay, here are we in element. So the assets that I use which is present in this folder, that is the magnet containers 3D files. And if you download the project file, you will also get this model pack, and you have to do one thing, that you just copy and paste it into your element 3D model directory, and all the models are ready to use. You just click here and your model is applied in your viewport just like this. And if you just uncheck this draft texture option here, you will see the actual texture of this model, and which is really nice. And you can also see that if you select this model and go a little down here, and you will see this optimize mesh option is also checked. So you don't have to worry about the check this option, because when you check this option, the model load is very less and element 3D can run very faster. Okay, so before we put this model into our scene, first we make a sky dome as well as a ground plane. So for the sky dome, I am using my old technique that I create a sphere here, and then I scale this sphere to this maximum value, that is the 10,000. And then we go little down here and we just turn on this optimize mesh, and you will see that this number is decreasing here. And then we expand this sphere model and go to this material settings here, and then we go to this settings tab here, and at the bottom you will see this draw back face. Just turn this on and you will see the inside of this sphere. So for the sky dome, I am using an HDRI map. So here is the map here. So I just select this material settings here for this sphere and go top here, and you will see all the slots here. Then I go over here and just put this into its diffusion channel here. Okay, just like this. And also I go to this illumination channel here and I check this box, that is the use diffuse color, and then I go to the intensity and change this to 200, just like this. Okay, and if you see it is little blown out, you can decrease this intensity from here just like this. Okay, and then also I change this draft texture. Okay, so now you see that it is very easy to set up your sky dome inside element 3D, and then you can also save this as a preset. So just right click and then we go over here, that is the save model presets, and you just name this and then just hit OK, and it will be ready for your next project. Okay, so now we have our sky dome. Now we create a basement surface. So we just go to this create button here and go to this plane model here, and you will see this plane model here, and then we just increase the scale of this as well. So type 10,000 here as well. So now you'll see that it fill all the surface area here. Okay, and now we're going to put a nice texture on this plane. So I am using a texture for this, so here it is, and I'm also gave this texture link in the description down below, so you'll get this from there as well. So I expand this plane model here and go to this material settings here and go over here, and then I just drag and drop to this texture into its respective slots here. Okay, just like this, and then I use this glossiness map here as well. So I just select and go to this glossiness slot here, just like this, as well as the normal bump, just put it into this normal bump slot here. Okay, and now you will see that it looks something like this, but we do need to have some correction here. So we go to this normal bump map first, just open it, and you will see that this normal bump map act like invert here. So we just invert this y-axis, and now you will see that this issue is fixed here, and just hit OK. And then we go to this glossiness channel here, and we crank up this contrast here a little bit, just like this. Okay, and hit OK. And then we copy this and then we paste it to the reflectivity channel here. Okay, just like this. And now if we go down here, and you will see the reflectivity, and we will increase this reflectivity a little bit. Okay, just like this. Okay, but now you will see that the reflection is not right here, because we have a different environment map. If you go to this environment, you will see this environment map. So I am putting the same image for this HDRI map into its environment slot. Okay, so here is the image here that I used for this sky dome. I just click and drag it to the environment slot here. Okay, and now you will see that the lighting will match with the environment. Okay, but we will not stopping here. We go to this plane model, go to this UV mapping, and we increase this repetition value to 5 by 5. Okay, just like this. And also we do one thing, that go to this plane model here and go to this reflectivity settings, and we change this to mirror surface, and you now see that it reflects the exact sky dome here. And if you rotate the sky dome here just like this, you will see that reflection also moving accordingly, and it really creates a nice result to our scene, and it is very dynamic. Okay, so you can see that our surface and our sky dome is ready for use. Okay, and we can do one thing, that go to this surface and go to this normal bump settings, and we can decrease it little bit, so make it little bit of soft. Okay, just like this. Okay, so we already made our sky dome and the surface. Now we're going to put the other assets here. So for this, I'm going to use these models, and you can also get those models in the description down below, so make sure to download this. And all the models are ready for Element 3D, so you don't have to worry about the texturing. So just click OK, and you will see that these models are ready to use inside Element 3D. And as we turn on the reflection, you can see that the reflection look really nice. Okay, so we're going to put some nice container to our scene. Okay, so first I'm going to use this one, so just click here and you will see it appears here. So now we going to put this into background. So when you put any models here, make sure that you set the alignment to bottom here, and also turn on this optimize mesh switch here. So in this way you will get little bit faster render time. Okay, and now we going to put this into here. Okay, just like this, and maybe we can increase the scale. So I press R to bring the scale gizmo here, and just make it little bigger here. Okay, so you can see that this model doesn't have so much details, so we're going to put this model into background and just filling the gap. And also we going to duplicate it, and also we put it here and just put it little down here. Okay, and also duplicate one more time and put it here. Just make a stack of containers here. Okay, or maybe we can put it here and duplicate it and put it here, just like this. and do the same for this as well. So put it here and duplicate and just move the place and put it here. Okay, and also do the same for this one, just like this. And now we're going to duplicate it here and we rotate it by pressing shift to snap the rotation and place it here. Okay, again duplicate it, just make a ground by using these models, and also we duplicate it here, just make a scene to block the ground here. Okay, and I'm going to fast forward this little bit so you can get the idea. Okay, so now we have a field of containers here, and in order to organize the scene, I'm going to select all these containers and then I drag it to a new folder here. Okay, and we name these as bg containers and we hit OK. Okay, just like this. So now we're going to put the detailed containers here. So first I'm using this one, that is the rusty container. So here it is, and I put this out from this group. So I just drag it out from this group. Okay, so here it is the rusty container, and now I'm going to put it here. And also I make sure that I turn on the optimize mesh for this and also align to this bottom here, and then I'm going to decrease the scale just like this. Okay, just match this background containers here just like this. Okay, maybe I increase the scale a little bit more, and now I am going to put this into here, and then I am also put it here. And if you see all look same, so we can rotate this, so we can rotate it just like this, so make it different. And also I'm using the another one, that is this one, so I put it here as well, and here it is. So I'm also going to decrease the scale, or maybe you can just select this one and copy the scale value, just Ctrl C copy, and then we paste the value to this container so it is exactly the same size. Okay, and then I put it here. So as you can see that the design is so dynamic, so you can make your scene different looking if you want. So just make it look nice. And also I am going to fast forward this. Okay, so now I'm going to put another line of containers from the middle. So I just duplicate this one and I rotate this just like this. Or if you feel slow, you can disable the reflection, so it will run more faster. And if you turn on the rotation, you can see it little laggy. And you can also turn on the ambient occlusion if you want, but you can see that it also make the scene little laggy. So I just disable all both of this, and now I'm going to okay, so now I'm going to use another container, that is this one. So I just click this one, and you can see it is very big in size. So make sure that you turn on the optimize mesh and align to bottom, and then we decrease the scale of this and we put it here. Maybe we decrease the scale a little bit more and put it here. Okay, and also we decrease the scale a little bit more down, and now we going to duplicate it. Okay, just like this. And also we can rotate those containers randomly so it not look similar. So just like this. Okay, and now we going to put another layer of container over those small containers. So I just duplicate, and maybe we can make it little small containers, so it can make another dimension of containers. So, and you can also change the color of the containers. So select this body and just change the color, and you can see that if you change the color, you can change the color of entire of the containers. So don't do it. So first we go to this material, right click and duplicate and replace. And now if you change the color, you can only change the color of this container, not the whole containers which share the same material. Okay, so make it something like this. Okay, and also we can duplicate it, but to this we can change to another, maybe not this one, maybe this one will fit. Yes, and also we rotate it just like this. And now we going to duplicate this, and also we put it here. Okay, and also we do one thing, that we select these containers and put it here and place it here down to the surface, and then we increase the scale of these containers. Okay, just like this. Maybe decrease the scale a little bit down and put it here, and then we duplicate it and maybe make a random design here, and just select and rotate. Okay, so now we'll get the idea that what I'm going to do here. And now we again make some other layers here of containers, because you can see that these containers are very less in details. So we just put it for the background purpose, and we can duplicate these containers over here, and also put some container over here as well. And for this I'm going to decrease the scale a little bit down, so it can match the size here, just like this. And now we going to duplicate this the multiple time. Okay, so we get this so far. So let's see how it look like inside After Effects. So it just hit OK. Okay, so now we're going to create a camera for our scene, and 20mm look nice. Hit OK. Select this camera tool, and let's see how it look. Wow, you can see that it's really creates a nice result. The reflection look nice. Okay, so now we're going to put a light over here. So first we go to the layer, new, and create a light. And I'm using a parallel light, intensity maybe 500 look nice, and make this cast shadow switch on, and just hit OK. Okay, so we have our light here. Now we're going to put our light into a desired place. So we go to this element, and now we go to this utility and select this 2D position switch, and maybe we can put our light here. So we generate the null object, here it is, and now we press P to bring the position, and just copy the value here by pressing Ctrl C, and select the light, put it here, press P, and just paste the value here. Okay, so in that way we put our light over here. Now we going to go to the element layer and turn on the shadows. So here is the shadow under the render setting. We turn this on, and you can see the shadow is not working properly with the shadow mapping. Maybe we can increase the map size and also increase this shadow size. So but it not works, right? So we change this to ray trace. Okay, but you can see that when we put the ray trace shadow, everything goes black. And also if we go to the ambient occlusion, if we turn this on, and if we change this to ray trace, you can also see that scene looks something like this, and it really look bad. So we have to change some settings inside element. So we go to the scene setup again, So now we again select this pair material here, that is the sky dome material, and go to this settings tab here, and here you can see some of the settings that the visible to camera, if we have to turn this on, also the visible to reflection, so in that way we will get the reflections, but you don't want the cast shadow, so we just check this off, and also we off this receive shadow, and go to this AO mode, we make this ignore. Okay, so we all done here, so just hit OK, and now you'll see everything is fixed. The ambient occlusion issue also fixed, the shadow also looking right here, and if we go to this parallel light and press P, or maybe we have the position already, so if we change the positions of the light, you can see that it really creates a nice result. And also we can press T to bring the light intensity options and increase the intensity of the light. Okay, just like this, or maybe we decrease this, it's too much. Okay, and also we put another light, that is the ambient light, so we go to the lights and change this to ambient, and we also change the value to 50, and also change the color to little bit of bluish, or maybe we can pick the color from the sky here, maybe from here, and hit OK, and then also hit OK, and you will get a nice global illumination light also. And maybe we can increase the intensity if you want. Okay, so it will give a nice look to your scene. Okay, so this look really amazing. If I select our camera and place our camera over here, and you can see that already it gives a nice touch to our scene. Then again we go to the element layer, go to the ambient occlusion, and we can do one thing, that we can decrease this red trace ambient occlusion max distance, we can decrease it. Okay, and also we decrease the spread amount little bit. Okay, so now our ambient occlusion also look amazing. Maybe we increase the spread little bit. Okay, and then again we go to this advanced option, and there is an option called the ambient occlusion light influence. We set it to a very high number here. Okay, so if you see in here, if I reset this value, you will see that the direct light also influence the ambient occlusion of the scene, but if you set it to 0, it not look right, so we have to change this. So we don't want any ambient occlusion when the direct sunlight drops, so we have to make this like way that the ambient occlusion disappear when the light is directly over this area. Okay, so this look amazing. Now last thing that we have to do, that is the fog. So we change the fog color to something like this and enable this fog, but we don't want that much of fog, so we increase the start distance here, and we decrease the opacity of the fog. Okay, so now you'll see that it really makes a nice touch to our scene. Okay, so now we're going to put other objects over here. So for this, go to the scene setup again. Okay, so now we're going to put other assets. So again, go to this container model folder here, and we have some barricades here. So we put these barricades, and here is the barricades. Okay, so here is the barricades, and wow, it dominates this environment, but don't worry, we have to scale it down. So we scale it down like this, and we put it over here, or maybe we can rotate this, or maybe this one look nice, so I put it here. Okay, and we going to duplicate it to make a array of barricades here, and you can see that it also have some locking system, so make sure that you put it right here, so it look like that it locks into this socket. Okay, So just put it over here, and I made this collection into a single group. So I select all these barriers models and I drag it into this folder here, this folder. And now we going to change the anchor point of this folder. So I change this anchor position and put it over here. Okay, just like this. And then I am going to duplicate this folder. First we name this folder, that is the barriers, and hit OK. And then I press Alt and hold the Alt key and just duplicate it here and there. Okay, just like this. And also do the same for this side as well. Just like this. Okay, and also do the same for this side as well. So I duplicate it here and press E and just rotate it and put it here, just like this. Okay, also do the same for here. Okay, so now you'll see that it creates a scene that, and those are the barriers, and behind these barriers all the containers are placed. So it's a free ground for the workers. Okay, but sometimes they also put some containers over here as well. So I'm using this container, that is the sketchfab model also, and I'm put this container out from this barrier folder. So I just dragged and out from this folder, just like this, and select this model and put it here. And also I am do one thing, that I decrease the scale size of this model and make sure that I check this optimize mesh switch, and I put it over here. Maybe we increase the scale a little bit more, just like this. And now we going to rotate this and put it here. Okay, and also do one thing, that I rotate this way and put it over here. Okay, also here, and some of the small container also put it over here. And also we decrease the scale, put it over here, put it little top. And also we can turn on the reflection so we can see properly. Okay, and also we duplicate it and put it over here. Okay, and also we decrease the scale. Okay, so now it makes a scene here. And also we duplicate this one, decrease the scale, put it here. Also put this container and over here, decrease the scale, put it over here. Okay, so now you'll see that by the time it creates a nice result here. And also do the same for this container. So we duplicate it here and also duplicate one here. Okay, so make it random design, not as subtle. And also we put this one over here. Okay, so this look really amazing. Now we're going to put some other props, that this one, that is this garbage bags. So I just click. Okay, so here you can see the garbage bags, and it's really large in scale. So I decrease the scale of this and put it over here. Maybe I can turn on the ambient occlusion. Okay, so now we have to duplicate it so many times because we know that we have the garbage all over the world, so I have to make it like that this place also filled with the garbages. Okay, so don't get me wrong, it is what it is. So I have to put it over here and there. So many garbages, and also I scale some garbages little large in scale, so it makes it's not the same thing. Okay, and do the same for here, or maybe we can do one thing, that we delete this one and we select all these garbages here and put it into a new folder here, and then we name this as plastic bag. And hit OK, and then I duplicate this plastic bags folder into another position here, and also I rotate this just like this, and also we decrease the scale. Okay, and then again we duplicate this one over here, and also here as well. So make a different copies of this and put it here and there, also here. Okay, and here as well. So make it little bit smaller in size. Okay, so this look right, or maybe we can put others somewhere in here. Okay, now we going to put these barrels also. So we just select this folder and click on this barrel, and make sure that we check this optimize mesh, and also we set it to the bottom, and then we decrease the scale. Okay, just like this. Maybe we can turn off the ambient occlusion. So we put, but make a reference from this container that how big the barrel will be. So I think this size will be right for a barrel. Okay, so now we put these barrels over here, or maybe we see some plastic size is very large, so we have to select these plastics and we can decrease the scale. Do the same for this one as well. Okay, and also do the same for this one, because those plastic look really big in size in compared to this container. Or maybe we can do one thing, that we select this container and we can increase the scale of this container. Okay, that will match the scene. Do the same for this one. We delete this one, also we delete this one, select this container and put it over here. Okay, so now we select these barrels and we can increase the scale a little bit more, and now we put it over here and also over here, and then we can also rotate this, so make it little different looking, and then also we duplicate it here and rotate it in that way, and then we put it here. Okay, just like this. So you can put other barrels here and there, but it all depends on you, so you can get the idea. Okay, so now my favorite thing, that is this tower crane, and when we put this crane, it really take this scene into another dimension. So just wait when the crane is appear and you will see that what am I talking. Okay, so now this crane look amazing. You can see This crane look amazing, and I'm downloading this model from the sketchfab, and all the models that I have used here which I downloaded from the either of sketchfab and also from the Megascan library. So you will get all the link in the description down below, and also you can get all the Element 3D ready model pack also in the description down below. So make sure to download this. So now first I put this crane over here, okay, and also I increase the scale of the crane like this, and also we duplicate this crane, and also I disable the reflection for now, and now I put some crane over here and I change the rotation, and also I duplicate it and I increase the scale, and also I rotate this crane onto this angle. Okay, now I select this crane and this crane, and I duplicate it here and I rotate this angle, okay, and I put it over here like this, and I also duplicate one more time here and put this crane over here, and I rotate this crane into this angle. Okay, so these cranes are responsible for those container and this one responsible for those other containers. So I again duplicate it and put it over here, and then I duplicate these crane models into this back side into multiple times to make a field of busy crane city here, just like this. Make the scale till higher, and also put some crane over here, and also I put it here, and then put some crane over here as well, and also decrease the scale. Okay, so now you'll see that it really creates a nice result with the cranes. Okay, and last but not the least, I'm using some of these props, that is this ground box. So I just click, and then I decrease the scale, and it's also depends then where you want to put these boxes, or you can say it crates or carrots, I don't know, just put it here and there. Okay, and also put some over here and also over here and there, just duplicate it and put it over in here, and we can also rotate it. Okay, so now you'll see that it creates a nice result. Okay, so we build our scene over here, and now I going to put another objects that I'm going to use as a replicator. So that is this tech container houses. So I just put it over here. Okay, so first I put this container house out from this group 1, and I put this into a group number 2, or maybe group number 2, and I'm also use some ground models that I'm downloading from the Megascan, and here it is, and I put it into group number 3 here. Okay, so we all done here inside Element 3D. Now we hit OK. Okay, so our scene looks something like this. So first I go to this resolution and I set it to maybe half for now, and also I disable the ambient occlusion, and now I'm going to go to the group number 2 here and just disable this for now. So I'm only looking for the ground models here. So I'm go to the group number 3, go to this particle replicator and change this to plane. Okay, and now I'm increasing the count here. Okay, just like this, and then I go to this shape scale and I'm increasing the shape just like this, and now I just decrease the count of the particles, and then I go to this a scatter option here, and I just scatter it little bit, the x-axis and the z-axis, not the y-axis. And now I go to this its position and I just dip it down this little bit. So go to its particle look and go to the scale, and I'm decreasing the scale and increase the scale randomness here. Okay, and then also we go to this particle position here and we just put it little top here. Okay, so now you can see that it really makes a nice result to our scene. Okay, so now if I go to this full resolution here, and you can see that it really creates a nice result. And also I'm do one thing that if I turn on this ambient occlusion, okay, so now you can see that it really makes a nice touch to our scene. And now we going to do one thing that we go to this container city model. So here it is, this container house, and I go to this particle replication, go to this replicator shape, and I change this to 3D grid. And then I decrease the Y grid to 1, and I save my project here. And then I put this, maybe I go to this resolution to set it to quarter for now. And also I go to the shadow to disable this shadow. And then I put my container into the background here. So just like this. Okay. And then I go to this shape scale and I increase the shape scale. Okay, and then I increase the particle count here. Okay, and then also we go to this particle look and go to this size randomness, increase it, maybe increase the scale just like this. Okay, and also go to this replicator effects, go to the scattering, and I scatter this. Okay, so now you'll see that it creates a nice touch to our scene here. Okay, so we all done here. Now I back on my shadows, ambient occlusions, and also the fog here. Okay, and then I'm change the resolution to maybe half for now. Wow, and now you will see that it really makes a nice result to our scene. Okay, so now I put my camera in an interesting position. So I select my camera, make a null object and make it 3D, and then I select my camera and just link to this null object and press P, and then I put my camera, and you can see that my PC is lagging because you can see that it's a very huge scene and I put so many models into a same scene, but still it runs in a full resolution. This is look something like this. Okay, so I save my project for this time, and now I am go to the full resolution and also do one thing that go to the element, go to the very bottom here, go to the output, and you turn on this enhance multi sampling. So if you turn this on, you will see the difference. If you look it here, and you can see that the edges, it really creates a nice result if you turn this multi-sampling on. Okay, and but if you still have a more powerful PC, you can also enhance this multi-sampling count to maybe 16, and you will get more details to your scene. But I stick it to 8 because mine PC is not that great. So now I do one thing that I put my light into an interesting position. So I select my light and let's see where I want to put my light. So maybe this position light look nice, or maybe I go to this light, press P, and I put my light over here so I can get some lights over these buildings also. Okay, just like this. So you can see that it's a very afternoon time scene, and the light intensity is so much high here. So maybe I put it here. Okay, or maybe here it look nice. Okay, so but you can see that this container's color is blowing away. So I go to the light, press T, and I decrease the intensity of the light. Okay, so now you get some detail here. Okay, so now you'll see that it really creates an even better than my teaser video. Okay, so now we're going to do some color correction. So for this, again go to this layer, new and adjustment layer, then go to the effect and go to the color correction first, and first we put a tint effect here, and also again go to the color correction and curve effect. Then I decrease the tint amount here, and also I make a little contrast to my scene here, just like this. Okay, and then again I create a new adjustment layer, go to the effect, and then I go to the magic bullet look effect because I like it, and then I go to the edit option here. Now we go to this blockbuster worm, and I'm using this one. Wow, instantly, oh my goodness, it creates a very nice color punch here. And then I'm using this diffusion, optical diffusion effect, but I'm using this chromatic bloom cool here, and also I decrease the density and also decrease the size of this bloom. Okay, but you can see that it not look right, so I decrease the density, and also I go to the tools, go to the LUT. Let's see what LUT fits here. But I'm not using it in 100%, so I'm decrease the strength of this. Okay, so now if I hit OK, you will see it gets a very nice touch to our scene, or maybe I put it under this curve effects. Okay, so now you'll see that it creates a very nice result to our scene. Okay, and so this is it. And if you want to make any camera animation, you can also do this. So I set it to half resolution here, and go to this null object and press P, or maybe we have the position already. So I make a keyframe here, go to the very end, and I push my camera here, not that much, here maybe. Or the best way to animate your camera, first you make your element layer to a draft mode, and then I go here and also over at the very beginning and put my camera over here, and also I down the camera a little bit and go to this camera tool and press R, make a keyframe here, and then go to the very end, also put my camera a little top here. Okay, so now if I go to the element, go to the very end and make it full render here. So let's see how it look like if I make a ramp preview here. Okay, so let's play this. Wow, you can see that it makes a vibe that it is a very big ground, and the background buildings also make a nice parallax effects here. So I think this is all about this tutorial, and I think you really enjoyed this, and I hope you make something like this. And if you make something like this, please share with me, and make sure that you download all the assets from the description down below. And I'm also satisfied with the result because when I make my teaser video, it took me a weeks almost, but in this period of time I create total environment, and I show you that step by step that how I did this. So I hope you really enjoy this, and if you appreciate my hard work, please do subscribe this channel and turn the notification on. And so this is it, and I hope you get all the ideas behind this scene. So And also you can do one thing, that before you render, you go to this motion blur switch there under this render settings, go to the motion blur and just turn this on. And when you turn the motion blur on, you will get a more nice result here with the motion blur. Okay, and also do one thing, that when you use the reflections, go to this reflection settings under the render settings tab, and you will see some option that is a spherical map reflection resolution, but we have the mirror surface quality, so we change this to high. So in that way you will get a little bit more nice reflection to your scene here. Okay, so this is all about this tutorial. So this is it, and I hope you really enjoyed this. So this is for today, and we will see in my next video. So till then, take care and bye bye.